Zuckerman and Hart looked at the success of the show and apparently thought they could replicate it. Literally, with
Wow.
Zuckerman's insider knowledge, they copied the Will Smith vehicle and came up with a parody of a winning...
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Sluu Hustle, man, and I ain't gonna take too much of y'all time. Let's get right into this video.
I carry my bags.
Oh, I see him. Just make a right at the telephone booth, a left into the bathroom. Look in the mirror, and you found him.
No, you didn't land in an alternate universe. This isn't the Mandela effect at work, and you aren't misremembering the plot of an iconic 90s TV show. This is The Big House, a family sitcom where a fictionalized version of Kevin Hart moves from a wealthy area of California to Philadelphia to live with his working class aunt and uncle. In other words, the plot of The Fresh Prince got flipped, turned upside down. And we'd like to take a minute, just sit right there. We'll tell you how Kevin Hart got to parody Bel-Air.
I'm not used.
Wow, I definitely see what I definitely see what he did there, but I never knew this was a TV show. If you knew this was a TV show, let me know in the comments. What year did it air on TV? What? Who even aired it? Like MTV, BET? Like what was this on? Let me know.
To the cold weather yet? You mind if I shut this window?
Actually, if that window gets shut, the carbon monoxide from the water heater will kill us. So I like to leave it open.
Wait, hold on. That's phase up. That's phase up. That's big word for Friday. What the fuck?
So I like to leave it open.
In the early 2000s, Kevin Hart had only just started his comedy career. He'd found himself a couple of bit parts in Scary Movie 3 and Along Came Polly, and he even appeared on a few episodes of Judd Apatow's short-lived series Undeclared. But he had yet to star in anything or make a big splash regarding his celebrity status. Little did the 25-year-old fledgling comedian know he was about to receive his big break, his very own TV show. After the 80s and 90s TV bubble had popped, ABC was looking to revitalize its once popular TGIF programming block. It needed a sharp, relatable tentpole to bolster ratings, and the best way to do that was with young, fresh talent like Hart.
You're a genius, thanks, man.
Don't thank me.
Wait, hold on, bro. I'm confused though, because it's like you said he went from having little but basically invisible roles to getting his own TV show. How the fuck did he do that? How the fuck? I'm not gonna lie, what Cat Williams was saying might have been true, gang. Like, dead ass. It really might have been true.
Behind the camera, ABC had roped in one of the top creative minds they could find to build the show from the ground up. That mind was David Zuckerman, who was best known at the time for developing Family Guy with Seth MacFarlane and, oh yeah, writing and producing The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air between 1993 and 1995.
Wow.
Fresh Prince ended its run in 1996, but remained popular in the 2000s through reruns on ABC's competitor network, NBC.
Okay.
Who turned out the lights?
Okay.
Zuckerman and Hart looked at the success of the show and apparently thought they could replicate it. Literally,
wow.
With Zuckerman's insider knowledge, they copied the Will Smith vehicle and came up with a parody of a winning formula to show to ABC.
Yeah, that's not how life works. That's not how life works, bro. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. It worked one time. You got dumb rich. It was never gonna work again. It was never gonna work for Kevin Hart. Not even because it's Kevin Hart. It just what? It was never gonna work again, gang. It was never gonna work again. Like, I can't see it. I can't see it working again, bro. I can't.
Of himself bound for college, a fish out of water premise, an all-black cast, a comedic relief cousin, and the juxtaposition between wealthy and poor upbringings. Hart even insisted the show was loosely based on his own life, coming back home to Philadelphia after living in LA, similar to how The Fresh Prince was based on the life of record executive Benny Medina. Despite Hart's insistence that the story was in any way unique to him, The Big House was an imitation. There was no way around that simple fact, and it really should have been a selling point. After all, The Fresh Prince is an iconic piece of pop culture history. Putting a comedian at the helm of its parody was a golden idea. Unfortunately, that
Will Smith was so iconic, bro. Like, man, iconic's not even a word. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is a staple in the black community, a staple on TV and television in general, bro. Dead ass.
An idea could have used a little more polish. Between non-committal network executives, heartbreaking behind-the-scenes treatment, and the actual content of the show, Hart's big break almost broke him.
Maybe this is all my fault, all right? But you guys gotta understand, I'm not used to somebody telling me what I can and cannot do.
In 2003, ABC decided to pick up The Big House and even flew Hart out to present the show to the media and potential advertisers. But
Okay.
in a dramatic twist worthy of its own TV spotlight, as he was about to go on stage, Hart received some troubling news. In his own words, during a 60 Minutes interview,
They just said they're not going to go through or pick it up. Somebody should be back here to talk to you shortly. What does that mean?
and so, just like that, Hart's aspirations of stardom were crushed until ABC's executives changed their mind. They called him up, apologized, and asked if he'd like to start filming The Big House as a mid-season replacement in the spring of 2004. After presumably recovering from the whiplash, Hart agreed, and filming for The Big House was underway shortly after. Since it also didn't have the luxury of a catchy exposition-laden theme song, The Big House's pilot has an inexperienced Kevin Hart dump his entire backstory on us in the opening few seconds of the episode. It's a rough start that doesn't get any smoother as each minute of runtime.
I don't think I've ever seen this shit, bro. I'm gonna be real with you.
Stereotype.
All of a sudden, you
I'm
say,
actually
"Can I
shocked.
come live with you?"
Your mileage may
This is
vary on
crazy.
Hart's performance as the privileged rich kid, but the weight of the show wasn't entirely on his shoulders. Bonafide movie star Keith David, a pre-Community Yvette Nicole Brown, and comedian Faison Love all starred as various members of Kevin's family, and they all did their best
Yeah,
with
he had
what they were given.
he damn near had a star, like, I ain't gonna say star-studded cast, but he had, all these people were definitely good actors. You've seen them in shit before this. You've seen them in shit after this. You just didn't know they were in this.
Problem is none of them were given very much. The pilot goes through all the expected motions, introducing Hart to his humble new home, reminding him that he doesn't have the same amenities as he used to, instigating a familial dispute, and wrapping it all up with a big wholesome speech. Unsurprisingly, it's the mirror image of the Fresh Prince pilot. Reviews of the episode made it clear that the show had none of Fresh Prince's biting relevance, clever writing, and, ironically, none of its heart. Will Smith's portrayal of the streetwise kid from Philadelphia was instantly endearing because even when he stuck out, he was charming and effortlessly cool. He represented a level of wish fulfillment in the audience, who could live vicariously through his sudden step into the upper echelons of society.
Steve, David, Henry, this is Will, my nephew by marriage.
Kevin, on the other hand, has to move in the opposite direction. The showrunners didn't seem to have a destination in mind. The obvious way to make the most of the parody would be to turn Kevin into a Carlton archetype, making him a coddled, nerdy, and always upbeat kid who has to face the real world.
I don't know.
He could have been a rude
But
and entitled rich
kid. And I feel like that's why this shit didn't pan out, because it's like, if you're gonna copy it, you gotta copy it all the way through. You can't take Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, where Will Smith was the star and everyone else around him got fame, to taking Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, not making your lead Will Smith and making him Carlton. That doesn't work, bro. That shit, like, I could have told you that.
kid who needs to be brought down to earth. Instead, he toes the line. He's not nerdy enough to be Carlton and not spoiled enough to be a typical rich kid. He's written and performed to be a naive yet nice young man who's also vaguely materialistic, but ultimately not that shaken up about his new reality. And that kills a lot of the dramatic potential of any future storylines. It doesn't help that many of the house sets they built are indistinguishable from every other moderately nice house that's ever existed in a sitcom. When Will arrives in Bel Air, he makes it clear that he's had a rough upbringing and that the bank's home feels like it's from another world. The most Kevin can muster in the big house is a distaste for his basement bedroom.
I like what you did. the stains on the rug go nice with the stains on the couch.
It's a much less effective take on the wealth disparity that was such an important component of the Fresh Prince.
This is crazy.
And that's not the only place this parody.
No, you're good. What's up? Huh? Sorry. I'll pause this, okay. I can just edit this shit out. There you go. No, you're good. I'm not live. When I'm live, it's just like. You said what?
Ananda popped up on my TikTok and I was showing that girl that we were just talking about.
Oh shit! Damn, that's crazy.
It's a much less effective take on the wealth disparity that was such an important component of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And that's not the only place this parody falters. The other core aspect of The Fresh Prince is how it touches on black culture.
Hell
It's
yeah,
not like
man.
The Big
Like,
House had to touch on
I said it
serious social
earlier,
and
bro.
political topics. It's just an ABC sitcom. But seemingly out of obligation, the pilot and the rest of the show's run threw in several ham-fisted lines about real issues. Issues The Fresh Prince addressed with way more nuance half a decade before. Parody without commentary is really just an uninspired ripoff. And
Facts.
ripoffs are decidedly less fun to watch. But that doesn't mean that Big House didn't have potential. With a few tweaks, the show could have hit its stride. Unfortunately, the show wouldn't get the chance to correct any of its early failings. ABC committed to 13 episodes of The Fresh Prince riff, but even that paltry episode count wouldn't come to fruition. On the first day of shooting their 6th episode, the cast was pulled into a meeting on the living room set and told their show had been canceled, and this would be the final week of work.
What?
No official reason was given for the abrupt cancellation, but the likeliest explanation is that the show
I'm not
was
gonna
just
lie.
not very good.
That
It
is
wasn't even supposed to
actually
make it to its
crazy,
premiere, but once
gang.
again, ABC
Hold
changed
on. He said what? What?
reason was given for the abrupt cancellation. Shooting their 6th episode, the cast was pulled into a meeting on the living room set and told their show had been canceled, and this would be the final week of work. No official reason.
That's tough, bro. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. That's crazy tough. That's crazy tough, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That's tough.
Reason was given for the abrupt cancellation, but the likeliest explanation is that the show was just not very good. It wasn't even supposed to make it to its premiere, but once again, ABC changed its mind at the last minute. The show's 6 episodes were allowed to air, but they never returned. No additional episodes were ever ordered, and it's been buried.
That's
and forgotten
why
ever
no
since.
one
This
ever
was
heard
a huge
about it.
blow for Hart.
It only got 6 fucking episodes, gang. That makes sense, though, bruh. That makes sense, bruh. I bet he was hurt about it.
Though it wasn't all bad. In a post on his official Facebook page back in 2018, Hart spoke about his time on The Big House and told his fans, 14 years later, I stand where I stand, and I'm so proud of what I accomplished. Don't let failure stop you, people. Use failure as ammunition to gain success. It only makes...
I mean, shit, man. Shit, man. I ain't gonna lie. He right, though, bro. Like, Kevin Hart turned out to be one of the biggest comedians to grace the earth, and who knows, man. That show being canceled could have been with like, you feel me? He's saying use your failure as ammunition to gain success. It's like it showed in real life. I don't know, man. Let me know if y'all ever heard of this though. Like I said, I personally don't think I've seen this, but if you have, let me know if you've seen one of the 6 episodes that was aired. If you remember something from the episode, drop it in the comments. Make sure you smash the like button. I know y'all haven't subscribed on this channel yet. It's my 2nd one. Go ahead and subscribe to this channel. It's your boy Sluu Hustle, and you know what it is, man. I'll see y'all again in the next one, gang.